Alrighty, so here we are, 2016 Honda NC750X. Let's get out of this traffic, adjust my mirrors. Doesn't sound too bad for a sensible bike. Alright, she's at neutral. Alright. That's cranking. Let's see how she goes again. Seat's quite hard. I noticed that for sure. My feet are way back more than usual. And she's in second. She's got a bit of pull. I must say she's got a bit of pull. She's got a bit of go, bit of dive on the brakes. Now she does have ABS, which I've never ridden a bike with. Oh yeah, she fucking pulls. Definitely pulls. Oh, there's first, there's neutral. I can flat foot it on the ground, no worries. That's all good. It's definitely different getting used to these foot pegs right back here. Yeah, so some people reckon this is a boring kind of bike because it doesn't rev hard, etc. But it doesn't need to. It just got shitloads of torque. I think this thing weighs about 215 wet. I've got about, looks like just over 2/3 of a tank. And I'm sitting on 2.5 at 60 k's an hour. So far so good. The leg position might get a bit crampy after a while, perhaps. You know what I'm going to do? Go up here, go down one of these back streets. Yeah, the seat's quite hard. Like, it's not hurting the arse or anything, but I could see where in a long trip it could cause a problem. But yeah, I'll tell you what, that low centre of gravity, you can really feel how easy it is to sort of turn compared to the America. I mean, it's like chalk and cheese. Let's see if we can get onto Belair Road. So they make an automatic version of this. Honda does. This way. And apparently it tries to get you into 6th gear as quickly as possible. And I've got a feeling that you really don't need to rev this. The red line's at 6.5, according to the tacho on here, all this all digital display. The bars ain't too wide, but they don't feel too narrow either. Yeah, I tell you what, she definitely can pull. And I wasn't checking the rev tack then, but it didn't sound like it red line. I didn't hear it red line. Well, let's just take it up the top of Windy Point. It'd be nice to take it up back on Hill Road, in fact. Plenty of juice. So what am I now? I'm in 3rd. So let's see how it goes in 4th. And it's 2.5, let's roll on the gas. The bloody horn is right where I'd normally use my indicators, so that's a bit weird. And I've got to get used to it's not quite, it's not totally upright. I think I'd want to get bars about there perhaps. Taller bars, bar risers perhaps. It's quiet, but it sounds nice. It's got a nice lumpiness to it. It looks like this bike's been dropped on the side. There's a bit of a scrape on the right hand bar end and also on the exhaust. It's very minor. And also the top of the mirror. Very, very minor. Just a slight scuff, but obviously on the exhaust it's on the metal, so you can't really do much about that. So what are we in now? We're in third, doing 45. Well, it's quicker than I'd probably do it on the cruiser already, with no effort. It's so flickable. It's such a low centre of gravity. This engine sits like at a real, almost horizontal kind of plane. It's actually half of a Honda Jazz engine, so it's like a car engine. Hence why it revs so low and is so torquey. So third gear, and I'm in fourth. I haven't had to really change it down. It's just plodding along. Seems really, really good. Handle grips feel a bit thin, although they're probably average. Compared to the Triumph ones, they're a bit sort of bulbous and a bit wider, or a bit of a larger diameter. So yeah, this one's got 5,379 Ks on it, which I'm adding to, and I don't mind it. I don't know how I'd go in the leg position like this for real long. Alright, I might change back into third here, but there's no brakes involved, and I'm just leaning into it. I feel like I'm putting pressure on my hands, the riding position. Like it feels like, especially when I deaccelerate and when I brake, that I'm really leaning forward, pushing onto the handlebars, you know? Right, let's keep going, shall we? Yeah, let's keep it going. I was going to pull in there, but I have limited time, and I just want to see how it goes up. I think Ackland Hill might be pushing it. So, like, I'm not getting any real excitement out of this bike, because obviously I'm riding at a low speed, but I haven't got that exhaust growl, you know, to sort of go, oh, that's nice, isn't it? You know, it sort of gives you that. So I'm in fourth gear going around these. Sitting on $2,000. Let's just tuck it into third. It feels like my hands are going numb already, my left hand. But I don't know whether some grip puppies might, you know, just, there's no vibrations. Like, it's not a vibey kind of bike. It's just a totally different riding position, and I just wonder whether taller bars or bar risers would give me a better sort of feeling. Now I think it's about an 825, 835 seat height. Oh wow. So flickable, man. Very, very flickable. No effort required. Alright, chuck her right down here. See if we can get past all this traffic. Easily gets up in boogies. There's no dramas about that. It feels so light. It's probably only, what, 35 kilos lighter than the America. The America just feels so heavy. When you slow speed stuff, you can really feel the weight of it. Let's take it down here, eh? It feels more like a sports bike, that's for sure. You're not as hunched over and as cramped, but it's, yeah, I don't know about the riding position. It's something that I'm not sure about. And that seat is beginning to feel a little bit hard. Mr. Trumpy. So I can see where traction control might be handy on this, because it's got that much fucking torque that if you give it some, and if you're in the wet, you could really get yourself in the shit. Yeah, I don't know if I want more of a, what's the word? I don't know if I want more of an agricultural kind of bike. Maybe I need to go and ride the KLR and see what I reckon. I do like how it's got this storage in here. So you've got like 21, 22 litres of storage in here. Apparently you can get a helmet in there. It's kind of, it's a convenient kind of bike. Something's rattling around. I don't know if it's just this thing here. And I can see what gear I'm in too, which is good. It's handy. That was pretty good. Second down low, it just launches. It just wants to launch this thing. So I'm almost at the 15-minute mark, so I've probably got to look at heading back. But I was hoping to get it out on some high speed. I want to see how this goes with slightly quicker speeds. So you can grip the tank, I guess, although it isn't the tank. The tank is under my arse, in actual fact. Not too bad on the decel, it's not too violent. Tell you what, the digital speedo takes a while to catch up, I've noticed, especially in short bursts. I guess you can't see a needle physically moving, so it's a little more, what's the word, not off-putting, but you know, where's this go? So I'm in first. That's full gas. Yeah, it's alright. I reckon the Triumph might have, I mean this is only 54 horsepower. So it's not quite as much as the Triumph, which is 61. Right, let's go down here. She feels so fucking light. Need to go in there. Yeah, it's definitely it's beginning to grow on me. I'm going to turn around here. Oh, it actually feels really light to manoeuvre. Where's that go? Well, that just goes back down, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I think it does. No, that's alright. But I better head back. Yeah, so I'm just thinking if I put grip puppies on it, grip puppies and bar risers perhaps, or taller bars. I mean, I don't think I need to push them forward further because it's just going to mean I'm going to be leaning forward more. But just to bring them up a bit to probably about, so then I'm standing up about here, or leaning up about here, so another couple of inches perhaps. The gearbox is very smooth. It's very silky. Clutch is very light. Brakes seem adequate. There's no real buffeting actually. It's got a bit of dive under brakes, which I mean, it's a bit different on the cruiser because you're sort of you're laid way back. You don't get to experience that inertia because you're not hunched over the bars as much. Whereas on this thing you do, and your weight just goes directly onto them. So I don't know what it's like if I perhaps squeeze the tank a bit more. Yeah, it's still got a bit of dive. These forks are not adjustable. Yeah, it's not a bad bike. I mean, as far as power goes and handling, it's fine. I think it's just a comfort thing for me. And I know really with, let's get in some rough stuff, see what it feels like. The seat hasn't really numbed me bum. I haven't been on it long enough. I thought it felt hard, but it's actually not too bad. It's quite wide. It's just the handlebar position, I think. Something's rattling around. I think it's that bloody top box. But yeah, it's got enough power. Definitely has enough power. It's getting some rough stuff. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's just a little bit, it needs some progressive springs or whatnot to just take that initial dive. That might harden up the ride in the hard day, in the rough though, I mean. I don't know. I'm not that cluey on that sort of shit, but it feels really light. Like it feels lighter than the Enfield that I had. It's about the same. The weight's really low, but I'm sitting higher. Not that much higher. I think the Enfield's 815 seat height. The bars are definitely lower on the Enfield. This feels a lot higher, but I'm just coming off a cruiser, so it's gonna feel higher than what I'm currently used to. Got to get used to gripping the luggage compartment a bit more, I think, to for handling wise and stuff. Yeah, she's got a decent sort of grip area there. Yeah, I reckon off-road she might bottom out a bit. Jesus, look at the fucking traffic here. What's going on there? It's a bit shit, isn't it? Don't really know the back streets around here, so I don't know about, I know the back streets on the left hand side, but not so much on the right hand side. And it's reasonably smooth at low speeds. Doesn't seem to be any hunting or anything like that. It's just smooth right throughout the rev range, I reckon. Oh, that's those lights I was thinking of. Right, so maybe if I can get to them somehow. Yes. If Fucking this thing's so much easier for turning. Yeah, I can feel that thing on my left shoulder that the Enfield used to give me. Yep. How does this ABS go? Let's give it a crack. Yeah, I think I felt it. It's hard to say. Shitloads of dive. So, no dramas about performance yet. I mean, in such a small ride in city traffic, I mean, it gets you up to speed quick. Be interesting to see how it goes out on the highway. Now, I'm hoping this is South Road, and it looks like South Road up ahead. Yeah, alright, so we can get this thing back to its dealership. 2 kilos, what do they say? You can put 2 kilos in there, surely not. Or is it, oh, it's the weight, because you can tie your bags off of this. You can put a bag on here and loop it up under. It's quite handy. It's a handy little bike. And it feels fucking light as. Foot pegs feel tiny though. Ah, fuck that. Zippy enough in the traffic, that's for sure. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got enough.